Hi class, this is JilMac. Today I'm going to talk about clickable links. My students know if they have any questions, they can give me a call. Okay, clickable links. First let's look at word processing, right? We're all familiar with word processing, and so let's bring this up and bring it in. So here I have a Microsoft Word document. So this is a document. And if I want to make a clickable link maybe to a website, I can type in http://jilmac.com. Now if I press enter, sometimes it will highlight it and identify it as a link. Sometimes if you press space, it kind of depends on how it's set up. But most of the time, I will block what I'm trying to make clickable, and I'll say Control C, because there's so many different places that you can paste this link in. I'm going to go up to my insert, and I'm going to go over to my hyperlink, and I'm going to have the text that's displayed be JilMac.com, and the address is going to go to JilMac.com. So there's two places to put it, and I'm going to say OK. That makes it blue and underlined. But I could say, click here to go to JilMac's website. So we wouldn't have any of that ugly different address URL kind of thing. And I could block this. Once again, go up to Insert, click Hyperlink, and here's what's going to display, and I'll just have it go to my website on the bottom. So this is a clickable link also. When I cursor over it, it gets a little pop-up that says, hey, you're going to go to JilMac.com. And if I cursor over this one, it tells me I'm going to go to JilMac.com. And if I wanted to edit it, I would block it again. And I would go to Insert, and I would click Hyperlink, and I could take it out. Or I could click the Remove Link. There's lots of different ways to do it. Okay, let's look at a spreadsheet. All right, we'll bring a spreadsheet in. And here on the spreadsheet, if I wanted to make a clickable link, I could just type in the same stuff. And if I press enter, it doesn't by default make it a clickable link. Sometimes it does. But I'm going to go up and I'm going to block it all. I'm going to block all of this, and I'm going to say Insert, and or Home. I can just, let's just block this and go to, oops, it's over here more. Let's see, I'll say Insert. Oh, and here's the links right here. So I'm going to click Hyperlink, link, and for some reason it just did it. If I wanted to say click here for JilMac, I could block all of that text, and I could go up to hypertext and click it. Go to links. Maybe I have to make the whole cell. Yeah, I guess I had to make the whole cell. Now notice how all of this is highlighted so I can do something with it. So if I block that, notice when I'm blocking it, it's just graying that out in a spreadsheet. So if I want to click in that cell, I can say I want it to be a hyperlink. It's going to display click here for JilMac, and the address I can put in is JilMac.com. And so when I cursor over it, it pops up a little window saying it's going to go out to JilMac.com. And this one, by cursor over it, it's going to say JilMac.com. Good. So there were two different places in both of those that I had to put the information. And now let's bring up Moodle. So we're used to using Moodle. And we'll just bring in Moodle. And here I'm adding it to one of the threads, And here I want to say to go to JilMac's website, and I can type in http://jilmac.com. I can block all of this, and when I block it, as soon as I block it, let me see if I can make this bigger. Yeah. Let me scroll up again. So here I've got it. Now, normally you don't see all of these extra options, so I'm going to block those out for the moment. I've got my address here. When I block it, this link, as soon as I let go of that, this link is now going to be activated. So now it's darker. And so when I click it, it gives me two options. I can link to the URL and I can paste it there, and also I can give it a title if I want. And I'm going to insert that, and lo and behold, there is the linkable. And the only way to make it linkable, these are all grayed until you block something. And as soon as you block something, then these, to link it, to unlink it, or to delete the link, all of those become active as soon as you highlight it. But now I want to just look at it. So here, this is Moodle. It's a LMS. It's a learning management system. But we know it's made out of HTML and CSS and all the other things. So I'm going to click here, which is the toolbar toggle, and it brings up more options. So in Moodle, I can click this greater than, less than, which is the edit HTML source link. So as soon as we do that, we're going in and we're looking at our code. And here we begin a paragraph, and then it says to go to JilMac's website. And then I have an A, normally it's called an ahref. So here's our A, and that's giving it a title. And we have our href right down here. And inside of quotes is telling you where it's going to go. And then outside of the bracket, it's showing you what displays. Then it closes the A tag. Then it closes the paragraph. So this shows you what it looks like. If I wanted to, I could block copy that whole thing, and I could paste it into a HTML file. And it would be the same links. So that's how we do it in Moodle. And now let's do it in Google Sites. So let's bring up our Google Sites. Here I am again. And in Google Sites, I can also go directly to my HTML. I can click on the HTML, and I could pop in this. This happened to have a break in it, but I could do that. I could update it, and lo and behold, I have a link right here. Now I can do the same link by just saying, well, suppose I want to go, suppose the next one I want to go to is go to CCV, and I could put in http://ccv.edu, and that isn't blue. It's not a hyperlink yet, but as soon as I block it, I can come up to this link, which is going to add or remove a link, and it puts it into, if I click on that link, it's going to go to ccv.edu. So those are 4 different products that all give you clickable links. And now if we looked at the HTML here in Google Sites, you would see that we had the first ahref, a hypertext reference that goes out to JilMac.com. And then we have our second, I'll just separate it so that it doesn't get too confusing here. Here's our second hypertext reference that's going out to CCV. So we have those two. We could block them, and we could put both of those into some HTML. But I'll save that for another time. So clickable links, all kinds of ways to make them in all kinds of products.